What challenges do new managers face and how can they overcome them? We're going to talk about that coming up right now. Welcome everyone, Michael Finley here with another episode of Leadership Roll Call, where we give you tips, suggestions, and recommendations on how you can become a more effective leader. Our topic today is challenges that new managers face. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you, what was the number one challenge you faced when you were a new manager? Please put your comments below. In a recent episode, we talked about an employee's transition to a supervisor. Now we're going to discuss challenges that a new manager faces. The number one challenge that a new manager faces is shifting your mindset. Before, when you were the employee, all you had to worry about is getting your job done. Now, as a new manager, not only do you have to get your job done, but you have to make sure that everyone on your team gets their job done as well. The way to do this is to get to know the people on your team. Get to know what their job is. Get to know what their strengths are. And the best way to do that is one-on-ones with your team. The number two challenge that a new manager faces is shifting from a coworker to a boss. Now, what I mean by that is that you are still part of the team, but you also have to be the boss. Now, this means that you want to make sure that your team knows that you're there rolling up your sleeves in the trenches with them. But you're also there to support them. You're also there to get rid of any roadblocks that they may have. And you're also there to make sure that they do their job. So you're still a part of the team, but you're also the boss. Number three challenge that a new manager faces is time management. Whenever I do leadership classes, this is the number one challenge that everyone says that they face as a new manager. Because now, not only do you have to do your own job, but you have to do those jobs of your team, make sure your team has done their job, but you also have to do those administrative things. You have to do the daily reports, and you have to deal with the interruptions from your team. So all of that combined is an overwhelming task that you now have to do, and you have to be able to manage your time effectively. And the best way to do that is through delegation and prioritization. So time management is a key component of a new manager. The fourth challenge that a new manager faces is setting clear goals and expectations. Now, there's two parts to this. Number one is setting clear goals and expectations with your boss. Find out what your boss wants you to do. Find out what your boss is prioritizing. Find out what those goals are that your boss has for you. And the second part of that is you want to make sure your team knows what your goals are for them and what your expectations are for them. So do it with your boss and do it with your team. Number five is clear communications with your team. Now, this goes with what you're saying. You don't want to be vague. You want to be specific and direct. You want your team to understand you. And you also need to listen to your team. It's a two-way street. You need to listen to them, communicate with them effectively. Tell them what you want, be specific and direct, but also listen to them as well. Clear communications with your team. Number six, you want to create a good working environment. Now, what do we mean by that? You want to make sure that if they make a mistake, you're not going to blame them. You're going to work to make sure it doesn't happen again, and you're going to help fix what's going on. You want to be transparent with what's going on. You want to make sure that if they have a question that you're there to answer that question or there for them. So you want to have that good environment. You want to create that good environment for your team. Number seven is flexibility. All people are not the same. We know that. So we should be flexible in dealing with every member of our team. Don't make them adapt to you. You adapt to them. Some people are extroverts, some people are introverts. Some people need a pat on the back, some people need a kick in the rear. So all of those things, you need to find out what motivates your team and be flexible with every member of your team. And number eight, and the last one, is hiring and firing. Look, this is the most challenging thing, one of the most challenging things that a new manager faces. And why is that? Because we've never done it before. So when you need to hire someone or when you need to fire someone, you want to make sure that you talk with your boss, talk to some trusted peers, and talk to your human resources department to make sure that you do the right thing, that you're making sure that you fill out the right forms and doing the right thing. So there's ways to overcome this, but you need to talk with others. Being a manager can be very challenging, but the rewards are also very good. If you apply yourself and work to overcome these challenges, you can be successful as a manager. I hope this brief overview was beneficial to you. If you have a comment about this topic or any topic that you would like to see in the future, please put it in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Until next time, good luck with overcoming those challenges.